Good day, warm welcome
Good
to our
day.
viewers. Lulama Zono is my name. Thank you for joining us on this Ship to Shore online interview. At Ship to Shore, we bring you engaging conversations and discussions with students and practitioners in the maritime industry. Please subscribe on our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, Ship to Shore. Today, joining me is Nomkhosi Mbatha. Nomkhosi recently graduated in Nautical Studies at the Durban University of Technology. Nomkhosi, thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
Great, great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here today. Nomkhosi, for listeners out there, for people who are listening into this conversation and interview, tell us, where do you come from and how did you get into maritime studies?
Well, I'm just a black child coming from a safe and secure home, raised by very warm and strict hands of my grandmother, who taught me how to be a lady. And I did my lower grade at Sondelani Secondary School, and then moved to Churchism High School, a very organized school, and it's where I did my grade. That's where I matriculated. I did my matric, and how I get into the maritime industry. When I was doing grade 10, maritime economics was introduced as a new subject. And then later that year, nautical studies was introduced as an extra but elective subject.
Okay.
So with those two subjects being introduced, I got interested. I wanted to know more, explore the maritime industry. And then, then when I had to apply for tertiary, I knew what I wanted, and I just went for it. So that's how I got into the maritime industry.
Okay. What is the name of that high school again?
At JG Zuma High School.
JG, oh yes, JG Zuma, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Wamashu, yeah.
Okay, okay, lovely, lovely. You were in nautical studies for a studies student for 3 years, okay? During that time, how do you remember those years? Which were your favorite years and which were your modules that you really enjoyed, subjects that you really enjoyed, and why did you like those subjects?
Well, I'll start with my favorite subjects. I would like to start with that one. So my two favorite subjects were navigation and meteorology.
Okay.
And with navigation, that's because being a navigator is my dream. So every time like when I was studying meteorology, I'd feel like interested and I'll find it worth it to learn about it, you know.
Okay.
And also I found it easy. It wasn't hard at all for me. And also with meteorology, it's because in high school I wanted to do geography, but then because I had to choose between two subjects, which was geography and maritime economics, I couldn't do geography. And I wanted to do geography because like I love learning about what's happening around me, climate and everything.
Okay.
So doing meteorology at DET made me feel like I'm given a chance to actually fit my desire, my high school desire of doing geography. And also it was fun like studying it. So it was like my most favorite. And with I think my least favorite year was my first year. I'm sure like all students that like the worst year because you have
Why was it
you
the
have a
worst
lot of
year for you?
adaptation. Sorry.
Why was it the worst year for you?
Because you know, like when you're first year students, like everything is new. You have to adapt to the environment.
Okay.
Like you get introduced to different things. Like you know, you miss classes. Like everything is just new. It's just so confused. You know, so it was like my worst year. But the rest, like I enjoyed. It was fun.
Oh, well, you got through it and yeah, you are now here. So, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, so Durban University of Technology has got a memorandum of understanding with Sail Africa. Now, you got an opportunity to be part of this program. How did you become part of this DUT Sail Africa program?
Um, well, I started sailing when I was doing grade 11. I think it was 2015. Yeah, long time ago. It was 2015. So, and then our nautical science teacher organized a sailing course with Sail Africa, which
Okay.
is based at Durban Harbour, directed by the most wonderful lady, Jackie Finn. And so the following year, which was 2016, I didn't sail the whole year. And then because I was doing matric, so I had to focus on my studies.
Okay.
And then when I got to varsity, my friend Mangaliso told me that Jake is looking for a young lady, Otanda and Misela with sailing. So I was like, yeah, that's me. And then from there, like I sailed nonstop. I participated in a lot of sailing programs, MSc Regatta, EMC Regatta, Lipton Regatta. The biggest one was Lipton. And then when I was doing my second year, I joined DT Sailing Club, and it's where I grew in sailing. And from then, I think Jackie noticed my efforts and my progress in sailing. So
Okay.
she sponsored me with sailing courses like day skippers. Day skipper is more like having a high license. You can take a boat out anytime, like you license to take a boat out. So I did those courses and so on and so on. So till today, I'm a sailor and better than before.
No, that's really amazing. That's really amazing. So
Thank you.
you've been involved in a number of regattas, competitions, and all these kinds of things.
A lot. Like I think it was 2017. I can't remember, but that was like my biggest experience. I went to sail for KZN. There was a KZN team. So yeah, I was part of that team, and I was so proud of myself because that was like the first step to, you know, being a good sailor.
Mm. No, that's amazing. Congratulations on that one. You
Thank
recently
you
got an
so much.
opportunity. Yeah, no. You recently got an opportunity to go to Spain. Tell us, how did that come about, and tell us about that experience.
Um, okay, so every year the two or more South Africans get a chance to go to Spain. There is a program called Maritime Inspiration Program, which is basically it's an experience given to young people, I can say, to actually see the variety of careers in maritime industry, and also to see that there's more to maritime industry, like on the other side of the world.
Okay.
So this program was initiated by two young men who were South Africans. So they moved to Spain. So like it's more like giving back to the community, to where they come from, you know. So I don't know based on what. I think based on hard work, and I don't know based on what, honestly. But I and other three ladies from South Africa got that life opportunity to go to Spain, and the experience, I can't even explain it. It was amazing. It's something like I would love everyone to actually experience, because after that trip, I came back as a different person, like full of knowledge. And I was so
Mm.
sure that I really want to be in the maritime industry, because each and every experience that I got from Spain just made me love maritime even more, even more. So it was really and besides like that, like like the things like you watch on the magazines, on
Okay.
the movies, like just to get to see them with your naked eye, it's like it's an experience I can't even like explain to anybody, it's
Yeah,
there.
sure. Yeah,
But
sure.
it was
Understand.
amazing.
Uh-huh. How
Yeah,
long were you there?
for 10 days.
Okay, no, that's amazing. That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, and I came
Um,
back fat because like the food you eat there is like crazy.
how was the
It
food?
was crazy. It was nice. Okay, some of them I didn't like it because I was like, I don't even know what this is. But then there were other like, meals that I was familiar with, like burger, noodles,
The regular
But
stuff.
I really love their food. It's just that like it's just a lot, So
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, okay, I hear you. Okay, so tell us, I mean, while you were there, you must have learned say a number of things. Just give us a few examples of what you actually learned there, and how you intend on basically applying those things back home.
I can say most of the things were things that were directed to me, like I learned for myself, because it was more of us actually learning from other people who've been in this industry for long, you know.
Okay.
But then what I can highlight is that, you know, when we visiting each and every company and when they're telling their stories, like you would see that it's all about teamwork all the time, you know. They are they work together, they work as a team, they have the same mindsets, they set their goals, they have they work towards the same goals, you know, as a country, just to grow the country and also to each other, you know. So I feel like as South African citizens, it's something that we should adopt, you know, because I believe that if we work together, we can do better. You know, like if somebody is starting a business, if we can support that person, push that person to do better, because many people benefit from that, you know. So from what I saw and what I learned, I think that's one thing that I took back for the country, you know, that I think it's something that we can also adopt, and it can make us be better people and a better country.
Okay. Okay. No,
Yeah.
that sounds really good. That sounds really perfect. Now, Nomkhosi, someone is listening to this interview and watching this interview and thinking, I would like to do sailing. How can they join sailing?
Well, if you're a DUT student, it's very easy, because all you have to do is to actually register sailing as a sport. You go to sports center, register, pay for the sport fee. I think it's 100 rands if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then from there, they're gonna tell you when the training is starting, put you on a sailing group, and then that's it. And if you're not a DUT sailing, if you're not a DUT student, I mean, then you can do a sailing course with Sail Africa, and then obviously you have to pay for the course fees, or you can like do at any sailing academy like close by. So it's easy as that.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you're listening in and would like to join sailing, or especially in Durban, there you go. Free advice how to actually go about the process from Nomkhosi. Thank you, Nomkhosi, for that information.
It's
Um,
my pleasure.
you achieved consistent academic performance, and part of the reason why you are in this particular, I invited you to this interview, is because you achieved a cum laude. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
No, 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 you did very well. You did very, very, very well.
Thank
Tell
you.
us, how did you manage to do so well in your studies?
Well, what I can say is that it's not magic. You know, when you're in varsity, all you have to do is study, study, study. There's nothing like much to stress about. So for me, like I had to be disciplined. It's very important. Be disciplined. I had to stay motivated to my goals. I had to I had to respect my studies, you know, like I wouldn't compromise my studying time for anything. And also what I think most varsity students struggle with is to actually stay focused, because you know when you're in varsity, it's easy to shift your focus from the first reason why you're in varsity for. So I had to be disciplined with all my decisions, like always remind myself, why am I here? You know, and yeah, study. That all I can say is study as hard as you can. Like try to do the utmost best in everything you do. Try to aim high. Never say, well, it's only 50%. Always aim high, you know.
Sure,
So
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. That's really a good advice there. It's really good advice. And then now moving on a little bit, you just graduated in your nautical studies. For our listeners out there, you just graduated recently. You now need sea time to be able to really call yourself a navigator or a seafarer. Okay.
Mhm.
In our country, it is very difficult to find a ship where you want to do your sea time. In other words, to find a berth. And this really gets more complicated if you're a female or you are a woman. Okay. How do you think this problem can be resolved?
Looking at the situation, I feel like seafarers are not recognized. You know, I feel like our industry is not recognized by the government because, okay, well, we all know that every company, not only the maritime companies, but every company each year they have a certain number of intakes, right?
Okay.
So fine. And then looking at our companies, maybe they do not have like enough ships. So every year they're gonna have a limited number of people they're gonna take on board.
Okay.
And then unfortunately they can't take all of us. But then what does the government do about that? You know, like I feel like look at this. If we were given like maybe 3 ships, for example, and then be owned by South Africa, registered in South Africa, used to train South Africans just for
Okay.
training. I feel like that would change the situation. That would grow the industry. Like I feel like it's just the government intervention is needed in this matter because looking at it, like every year there's people like graduating and then they piling up and then they piling up and then to solve the issue is not gonna be easy because now there's many people who need cadetship.
Okay.
There's also people who graduated before me who still staying at home and then obviously they're gonna consider them first before like the new ones. So I feel like it's just a matter of increasing ships, and then I don't know how that can be done, but I feel like with government helping the industry, that can be achieved.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that's a fair call because government can really get involved to resolve the situation. But also, if there are any private investors, people who can make a call to private funding. Okay. People who can invest in South African owned ships. If you can achieve this for us, it would be really perfect because it can really resolve a lot of unemployment, more especially for seafarers, guys who graduated. So I'm making an appeal to, together with Nomkhosi, to our government, but not only to government, but also to private funds, private investors, to invest in South African owned ships so that our young people can have a brighter future, be able to train on South African owned vessels. Thank you for that, Nomkhosi. That really sheds a lot of light on this issue.
Problem.
Now, tell us, what 2 things do you like about South Africa's maritime industry? These can be 2 things
Sorry.
that you observed while you were studying, or just you observed as you engaged, whether in Spain or just going around South Africa's maritime industry. What do
Okay.
you like? Why do
First,
you like
first
these things?
one can meant. So sorry. First one that I can talk about is that I like the fact that maritime is not gender biased because I feel like now like everyone is given equal opportunity,
Okay.
um, both males and females, unlike before. So, and I like that because I strongly believe that we all deserve equal chances. We all study hard, we all have the same qualification, and we all have the same strengths. Like only if they can look beyond our physics, like regardless of that, we females, regardless of anything, but we all, at the end of the day, we all study hard. We all deserve to be given the same opportunities. So it's something that I've noticed in maritime industry that it's changing now. It's regardless of whether you're male or female, like you're given the same opportunity. So I like that a lot. And the second one is that I like that they're giving young people opportunity to explore the industry. Like we have maritime conferences, we have sailing,
Yes.
we have voluntary work at maybe pilot vessels and everything. So I like
Okay.
that because they're helping the ones that still have to decide what they want to do with their lives to make a better decision, because now you know that, I don't belong here, I don't like this. So I like that a lot because now there's more maritime activities where young people are involved. So they get to explore the industry before they even make a decision whether they want to be in the maritime industry or not.
Mm. Okay. No, I see. There's no conversation that takes place in our country and the world over nowadays without talking about COVID-19, or commonly known as coronavirus. How has this affected your life?
Well, the one that it's still breaking my heart is the fact that I couldn't like attend the normal traditional graduation.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
yeah, it's really painful. Hopefully one day I'll get to experience, how it feels to actually walk on the stage and everything. Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully. And the second one is that, right now I don't have my cadetship. And as much as I don't want to blame it on the COVID-19, but I feel like it has an impact on that, because things
Sure.
are going slow, like, like there's no crew changes and everything. People are not back home and everything. So
Hmm.
somehow it has an impact on my cadetship, you know. And also I can't move around, like I can't do a lot of things. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just locked, just stuck at home. So yeah, it affects me as well.
Yeah, it's affected all of us. It's affected all of
Yeah.
us. And now you just mentioned this now that many seafarers cannot board vessels. They cannot get off vessels that are stuck at sea, all right, which is a very, very sad situation. Many organizations around the world, together with South Africans, are trying to, make ways to relieve many seafarers of this particular stress, so that those who are sitting at home seeking to go back to work can do that, and those who are on board can be able to go and see their families. Okay? What message do you have for seafarers that are stuck at sea right now because of this COVID-19 lockdown situation?
What I can say is that I know that it's not easy. You guys are probably tired, exhausted, and all you want to do is come back home. But then just hanging there, and yeah, just hanging there. Be strong for yourselves. Be strong for your family, your loved ones, because eventually you'll come back home, and I'm sure it's worth it. At least you there doing something that you like. So you really like, just be strong. You're gonna come back home eventually.
Yeah, no, we all hope so. We really all hope so. Now, moving towards the end of our conversation, Nomkhosi, what are you doing now?
Um, at the moment, since I haven't like got my NSF training, I've been working with South Africa as an assistant instructor. But now since there is lockdown, I've been home. But I opened a tutorial group for Wiggins grade 12 maritime economics students because yeah, they do not have a teacher right now. So I'm trying to help who I can. So I have a tutorial group with them now. So that's what I'm busy with at the moment.
Okay, that sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
Um, what are your future plans? I mean, where to from here?
This question. um, Looking at my short-term goal, obviously as a graduate, I would love to be on board the ship and actually pursue my dreams of being a deck officer. And hopefully it's gonna happen soon. And then I also like looking at my long-term goals, I would love to one day be a dredge master
Okay.
or work at the ports because my plan is not to spend my whole life at sea, but then actually do something after my life at sea, maybe work at the port, as I said, because I want to explore as many maritime areas as I can. And I think that is because I'm inspired by Ulonti Ngobo. I don't know if you know him. You know her, I mean.
I know her. I
Ulonti
know
Ngobo,
her.
who's it? Yeah. So like she's an inspiration. I mean, she just make me like sleep at night and think, what can I do better? I just look up at her. So I think looking at her life, she went to see, not that I'm living her life, but she inspires me a lot, and I feel like, you know, it's somebody that I can look up to and not make like wrong decisions or anything like that. So that's my plan. And besides that, like I always plan to actually explore the maritime industry as a whole, not only at sea, you know. So yeah, and then after I've worked hard enough, after I've like achieved everything I want to achieve, I would like to give back to my community. Not like community as in like where I stay, but like, you know, where I have been before I reach my goal, like schools or wherever, like, but like give back to the society, to the community, just to say, you know, you can also do this and help those who, like, you know, be struggling with anything if I can.
Okay, okay. No, I hear you clearly. And I mean, the way you speak, it seems as if, at least from my point of view, many people are going to be looking up to you as well in the near future, if not now.
They're gonna be.
They're going to be looking up to you as well.
I hope I'm a good inspiration. Like I really hope so. I would love to be one.
Yeah, no, Nomkhosi, thank you for joining us. We wish you all the best and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this opportunity.
Nah, it's only our pleasure. To our viewers, thank you for joining us on this Ship to Shore online interview. Once again, please subscribe on our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, Ship to Shore. Be safe and goodbye.